All right. What's up, Lane?
That was so terrible. That was really, really bad.
What do you want me to say?
Sometimes I wish you would just shut up and just let me open them. Since you can't.
That's crazy.
Since every time you try to open this podcast, you're like, hey, fellas, how's it going? What a great day.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Hey, gang, we're at Menards, and... No, I was going to say, Christopher and I went and saw 28 Years Later in the theater the other day.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
before that movie played, one of the trailers they played was the Naked Gun remake with Liam Neeson.
Oh, how'd you like it? Yeah.
It seems pretty funny. I'm interested. I it seems like a return to form, a type of comedy that we don't really have anymore. So I'm curious. I know that was one that you had watched and actually pinged me about, and I was like, whoa.
I did. Yeah.
Since when do you know movie news? Since when do you know anything about a movie that's in theaters or going to be in theaters?
All, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. And this was one that I pinged you twice about.
It's true. You have brought it up consistently. The algorithm knows that you're interested in this, so.
They do. Yeah. Multiple algorithms now. They're recommending it to me across all platforms. They're like, man, this guy just can't get a fucking enough.
I got the YouTube, I got Twitter. I'm not sure what your other platforms might be.
I'm getting it on Instagram Reels now too, bro.
It's
if
so
I used
crazy.
it, I would. But
yeah, the only time you log onto Instagram is when I send you the. Have you met six characters
and Zach
at once?
are the only two people that send me anything on Instagram, and every time it's like it opens it in browser, and it's like, "Hey, download the app," and I'm like, "I've got the app downloaded," and then like I'll click like follow to app. And then it's like, hey, your friend Lane sent you this. Don't you want to follow him? And I'm like, let me just see the video first. I'll decide that later. And it's like, have you ever seen Six Boys, the Ventriloquist, the Sorcerer?
I'm sorry. I mean, it's just the fact that I get sent the same video over and over again. Like, I'll be scrolling and get it from like two different pages. I'll get the same video of the people singing the Fetty Wap. Yeah, it's good.
One's like reversed, and like color inverted. The video's been flipped upside down. One
day for the podcast, we should do that video as an episode. We should just analyze the cinematography and
You know what I think would be a really fun one? If we, because I know you have a YouTube playlist of
all
like,
of my...
just memes. Just like,
I don't have memes.
To.
Yeah, I have the returning YouTube videos, but then that's not that many. That's like 4 or 5. But I have a long list of like movie-related videos that I return to.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right. So maybe we could do that all in one. I mean, I would say that the Pee Wee Herman dog eating dog food is... That's a meme. That's 100% a meme.
Have you seen that in the wild?
To anyone on Earth, and they know exactly how you... Well, the meme is that it's, like, relatable. You show that to anyone on Earth, they're feeling the exact same emotion watching that, right? Like it mimetically transfers across, I think, any barrier, right? Language, cultural, like, it doesn't matter, right?
I really hope that I would love to have turned that viral. Well, I felt so fucking validated because you're right. I have shown that to everyone on Earth that I've interacted with. And so the fact that they showed it in the Paul Rubens documentary, they showed a clip of that, I was like cheering at the screen, like head in my hands. No, I just felt so validated. I was like, oh my God, they like someone gets me. I didn't hallucinate this. This is as funny as I think it is.
It's because it's evocative. It's so evocative.
It is.
And it just keeps going. It's also the fact that, like, it's just like...
It's like a 4-minute clip. Yeah, it's awesome. It's so good. Anyway, The Naked Gun. Are you like a Liam Neeson fan? Do you like Liam Neeson? Is he like your guy?
I liked him in Taken. I haven't seen any of the other Takens. I saw the first one. I've seen clips, I think, from the other ones.
You probably got Taken at one point.
I did, yeah. I've been taken for granted.
Are there 4 of them?
Soon. No, I think there's only 3. But it'd be really funny if they made it taken for granted. But yeah, no, I feel like I saw clips from like one of the recent ones.
Okay.
And it was just, I don't know, it's just Liam Neeson being Liam Neeson, and they were like, "Where are you going?" And he's like, He's like, I gotta go get him back. They've
For
been taken."
revenge. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for revenge. Yeah.
Have you seen Schindler's List?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He's in that.
Is that a Liam Neeson? Oh, okay.
He plays Oscar Schindler in Schindler's List.
Oh.
I need to rewatch that movie. I found that movie to be mega underwhelming. And like, yeah,
yeah, especially compared to, what was it, the piano teacher, or not the piano teacher, the piano man, the piano.
I'm gonna
pianist.
there you go. I was gonna let you get there.
Yeah.
A lot of pianos in cinema. The Piano, a great movie,
Like,
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Is The Piano actually a movie?
Yeah. Yeah, by Jane Campion.
Oh.
By Miss Power of the Dog. By the empowered dog mistress herself.
Yeah. That was just a shot in the dark there. The piano.
Yeah. It's a great movie. That movie will make you think differently about Harvey Keitel. That movie's like,
oh, I thought it was just going to make me think. Period.
It'll make you think also, but yeah,
tough feat, right? You know, get anything working up here.
Harvey Keitel plays.
Turning.
Harvey Keitel is the main gangster in Reservoir Dogs that isn't the cop.
The older guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's I was like, I watched
Mr. White, right? Hey, yo,
yes,
Mr. White.
No.
Yeah. No.
No. God, you're killing me. Yeah. No. Jesus, I feel I'm a poser. I'm a fake
Mr.
fan.
White, Benny Blanco. Mr. White, come on.
He's not Mr. Is he? Yeah, he is Mr. White. Okay. Yeah, my bad. You invoked Mr. White, and I know it's just because I got this shirt on today.
I could read Jesse very directly. Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll talk about it. We got a lot in store with this episode, so we got to move on. There's a lot.
Just a little teaser. Just a little, you know.
This episode's about to be really horny. The next 4 episodes after this one will probably also be pretty horny. So we're just on a roll, but we'll get there. We'll get through it. We got games planned.
We're like an urchin, right? It's just all horns, all directions. All right, so get ready for it.
I'm
on
like
a roll.
A ram, but one that's like fucked up and had like an extra head at birth because it's got more horns. This is We Want to Watch.
Okay, all right.
This is a podcast where we talk about movies that we want to watch. My name is Lane. That is Ricky. This is the end of Pride Month.
Is today Chris?
No,
today's Chris's birthday?
Yesterday was Christopher's birthday. Did you not text him, you bitch? I literally sent a picture of the birthday cake I was baking. I was caking.
Oh, you're right.
Complete scumbag.
I did see that. I forgot about that.
You know what he said to me last night as he was drifting off to sleep? He thought, he said, wow, this would have been a perfect birthday if only Ricky had texted me. Ricky, who I haven't texted back probably in 6 months.
It's such a high level of bullshit because
when literally tell me when the last time Christopher texted you was, because it wasn't your birthday. I bet he missed your birthday. Or maybe he did. Maybe he remembered your birthday.
He didn't. He knew it. God damn it. No, it was Tuesday, February 18th. He texted me because I texted him. What's the bravest thing you ever asked?
Oh.
For help. And then and what made me burst out laughing is that I had to scroll up to that because he just texted me like 3 like he typed in the gift search bar accident and he just sent me 3 gifts in a row. So like I open our message history and I see a plane crash and a building being demolished and I scroll up to a car crash and then it's what's the bravest thing you've ever asked? Which is just a perfect combo. It's not even a 1-2 knockout. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you're out of here. 3 strikes. That's so funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shout out to The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. We'll watch that for that fucking Oscar-winning piece of dog shit. That Oscar-winning piece of boy shit, mole shit, fox shit, and horse shit. That is terrible. It's like 20 minutes long. Anyway.
I thought it was a book. I thought this was a book that you had.
Ricky.
Oh.
So the story of The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, Happy Pride Month, is that
Happy Pride Month.
Christopher and I went to see the Oscar-nominated short films in the theater. and one of them
Right. As
for
you
the
do.
for the animated ones was this 20-ish minute adaptation of a children's book. So
Mm.
it looks like a Hallmark card, and it sounds like a worse Hallmark card, like a knockoff Hallmark
Right.
card. And so then, we like we're sitting in the theater in Bleep, where Ricky lives, which is full of old people. Like
Mm.
in this theater, like townies, and everyone's going, oh, like the little boy will be, he'll be like, what did you want to be when you grow up? Kind. And it's so nice. Like it's full, like every fucking line. They're shooting fucking
Fine.
blanks the whole fucking book. And so I'm sure at some point, either during a game or at some point, when Christopher was living with Saeed, shout out Saeed, they talked about it. And so for Christmas, Sai bought the children's book and
The
gave it to
book.
Christopher.
Oh, nice.
I had to tell him, like, do not make this kindling. Do not take this camping and burn it. Like, do not pass go.
I mean, I feel like that's a health hazard, but also, just on the topic of like short form books that have been like adapted into movies, did you see on Netflix? Wes Anderson adapted a bunch of Roald Dahl short stories.
Yeah, like 2 years ago. I told you about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably did. I didn't watch them until like recently, and I really enjoyed them. They were really cute. I liked them.
I only saw The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar because, again, it was playing
like
it was Oscar not. It's actually Wes Anderson finally has an Oscar because of that. He won the short live action short Oscar a couple years ago because of that movie, which I really liked. I felt like I locked in. I was like, oh, I get it now. Like this was the I get it now movie.
Okay, yeah.
For him, so
his other ones are like very evocative for like how short they are. He manages to pack a lot in there, and like I'm a sucker for Roald Dahl. I loved the books growing up, and so I don't know. They all had like a sort of a soft spot in my heart.
Rolled. There's an L.
Rolled, yeah. Oh, okay. Roald Dahl. Road or rolled.
I'm
sure he'll forgive me.
I didn't watch the rest of them, but yeah, I felt like it was a good, the Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which was the one I saw. I feel like that was short in the way, but like not too short, like not tiny, but enough to where it was substantial, but not so long that the style grated on me. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, and that one in particular, just because of like how fast paced the like.
Yeah, it's like
is,
boom, boom, boom. It's going.
The exposition.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. The first time I tried it, I was like, not for me. Just can't do it right now.
I gotta
like,
log out.
Words,
yeah.
Said in like a a titillating tone, right? It's very scintillating, but I just can't. My brain's not doing that one like right now. It was like the same thing you had with Umbrellas.
Of Cherbourg.
Cherbourg.
Yeah.
Of Cherbourg. Yeah. It's just like it was like that immediate. I was like, no, not right now.
Yeah.
And then like I went back to it like the other night, and I was like, no, this is great. Like 100% worth it. The other ones are like 20 minutes. The Swan is really good. The Swan and Poison are both really good. Like really, really good. I like those a lot.
I think The Swan maybe is the one starring Rupert Friend. Did you recognize him?
It was a kid.
Maybe it's Poison. Hang on.
I remember reading Poison as a kid and always being like, oh, like, I mean, so the central conceit, I don't know if you've seen it.
I have not.
Is it? Well, all right. I don't want to spoil it because it is really nice. But
this guy looks like he's about to go for a flight. Is he about to go fly? He's got his wings on in the Swan.
Oh, in Swan? Yeah, he does fly. Yeah.
Okay. Go on.
I don't. Well, I mean, I'm talking about Poison. I don't want to spoil Poison because it has like a very defined twist to it. So like, I don't know. They all have like a very different vibe to them. Ratcatcher is like very tense, and really not my favorite. I don't know. It's not that anything was super distasteful about it either. Just maybe not my cup of tea. Sorry, I had to plug in my headset.
All good. I sent you a...
Yeah.
So the guy in the swan, with the swan wings.
Yeah.
That's Rupert Friend. You might maybe not know that name. Not in the screenshot I just sent you.
Did you send this on Discord, or...?
I sure did, in the very podcast chat that we are in right now.
Oh, it's in the podcast voice chat. Okay, alright.
Sorry.
I don't have the podcast text chat open.
My bad.
Oh, yes, he narrates it.
Interesting.
So we don't see him for, like, very much of it. I did not recognize him. He just sort of looked like a... I don't know, he looked Pedro Pascal-esque.
Generic, like, mustachioed man.
Yeah.
He plays Mr. Wickham in Pride and Prejudice. The sleazeball. Ricky is 2 inches from the screen, maybe. All right, enough.
The sleazeball that I'm thinking of? No,
the one with the ponytail?
Yeah, not bad. You're good.
No. Yeah, the ponytail that runs off with the youngest sister Lydia, and they...
Oh.
20 years ago. Yeah, literally 20 full years ago, but...
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, there's a... Okay, I can see it now that you've mentioned it, yeah.
Okay.
No, I was originally thinking the one guy who went to court, our main protagonist, Jane, was it? Not Jane.
Talking about Pride and Prejudice? Lizzie.
Yeah.
There's a court?
Yeah.
What are you talking
Lizzie.
about, court? She didn't go to court?
No. The guy who tries to court her, who like pursues her very like intently in the beginning.
Mr. Darcy.
That's sleazebag.
Oh.
Not Mr.
All right,
Darcy.
forget it. Go listen to our Pride and Prejudice. Go listen to our Pride and Prejudice episode. This is We Want to Watch. This is our last Pride pick in our Pride miniseries. Ricky, happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Lane.
This was a miniseries of LGBT-themed movies. We did 2 movies a week because I wanted to punish Ricky. And so our last 2 movies of this week, of this month, are The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant from 1972, directed by Rainer Fassbinder, and Love Lies Bleeding from 2004, directed by Rose Glass. I kind of texted you. I was like, listen, about to be another repeat of our theater camp Brokeback Mountain episode, because
yeah,
I have a lot more to say about one of these movies than the other.
Yeah, I wanted to say that's some vindication on my part, because I suggested Love Lies Bleeding.
You did. I didn't think there'd be.
You were like,
well,
okay, well, if we've gotta, if I have to take into consideration.
I did say, no, listen, what I said was, at the time, I said...
You're like peeking the mic with the nose?
I am peeking the mic. What I said at the time was, I think Love Lies Bleeding doesn't have as much to say about it. However, personally, I can say a lot about Katie O'Brien in this movie. And so I feel like we can really make a good episode out of this.
Link goes,
but you are vindicated.
However, I got horny as fuck watching this shit, so I guess we can talk about it now.
This is also the 3rd time I've seen this movie, so I know this movie like the back of my fisted hand. So like,
dude, I was gonna say like inside and out. Right? I made a fisting motion when I said inside to the viewers at home.
For the watchers. So let's talk about the Fassbinder movie first, because I did have some things to say about it. I picked this movie.
Yeah. We can do a Fassbender with this one.
Binder.
It's fast. There's no T.
It's not Fassbender like Michael Fassbender. Fassbinder with an I.
They're 2 different people. My bad. Okay.
You didn't know. Oh my god.
Either way, I'm making the same joke about the last name. It doesn't matter. The focus is on the fast, not the Bender part.
We have a movie podcast. This is so crazy. I picked this movie.
Lane, I am the lowbrow clown of the duo, okay? Come on.
If you wanted to say something different, literally send me what you want me to call you in the intro, in the description of the podcast.
I prefer that.
Oh.
I prefer that, like, because then I can make these quaffs, you know? And it's just, well, you know, it's jester's privilege. I'm allowed to be, you know, fucking around. Quaffs? Oh, is that's the wrong word. What am I thinking of?
Queefs? I don't know. Okay, anyway. The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant. I picked this movie because Fassbinder was a bisexual man. I actually don't really know that much about him, but he was kind of
I must be off the quaff if I'm saying quaff. Sorry. My bad.
We're off the chain. You know, sometimes I think about how fucking Timothy said that he listens to this when he runs in the morning. Listens to this fucking podcast. Can you imagine?
The way you said Timothy for a second, I thought you meant Chalamet, and I was like, he shouted us out.
Unfortunately, I like Toronto Tim more than I like Timmy Chalamet, but only a little bit. You're on thin
You're
ice.
valid for that.
But you know,
yeah. I mean, they're both like half French, right? So
I don't. I can't do this. All right. I picked this movie because this is an important mid-century, 60s, 70s director, LGBT, and this movie in particular, obviously, has a central lesbian relationship. So I felt a little like surprised, and I think I would have liked this movie more had I known. I think I'll like this movie more the next time I watch it. I didn't dislike this movie. I just was not as locked into it as I think I wanted or needed to be. And part of that is just because I was not expecting this to be I don't know, I guess a movie. Like, the best way I could put this is, I didn't know this was a Julianne Moore joint. Like, I didn't know that this would be a movie that Julianne Moore could have been in, or like, yeah. Or like an inspiration for her, maybe. It just like I was anticipating something a little more like not so psychological, I guess, and that's not a bad thing. Just not my expectations were off.
What is the term for a movie that like kind of takes place in like one room? That so it's almost set up like a play. I think it's
a chamber drama or a chamber.
This feels
piece.
A lot like that. Yeah. I mean, we've used the term before. I don't recall.
Yeah.
What we said in the past, but
but
this feels a lot like that, and like I really enjoyed that. I kind of like it.
It is. I mean, 100%. Yeah, and it's like
I mentioned before how much I love those sorts of movies where it's like, you're like in a room and like people and stuff is coming in and out, but like it's really just focused on like, I don't know, one person doing whatever, whether it's bed rotting while furiously checking the phone on their birthday for that one person to call, or like. Whatever the conceit of the movie is. It's great. I love that sort of shit.
Another great phone. Another, really like the Pride Month, like has a lot of phone business in it, and it's good. There's phone business in
Pride phones.
Love Lies Bleeding. Yeah. We might need to have like a best inanimate object for the, did your lights just flicker? Your power? Oh my god. Literally save Audacity right now. Save your fucking, I will stop my recording. I'm not kidding. Pause.
So, okay, well. All right, I'll pause it for a second. All right. I will say, I did lose power 2 days ago, for like, I don't know, like hours.
Jesus.
And it was just like today where it was like long after, I think it stormed like a really little bit, and long after the storm now, and it just like cut. So
it's the curse of Petra von Kant. She didn't want us to record. Well,
it truly is.
It's been 2 full weeks basically since I watched this movie.
I know.
Yeah. And,
me too.
And of course we've had like several fuck ups and catastrophes along the way that have prevented us from fucking recording, and so now we're recording like a day before the episode's supposed to come out.
Yeah. This one, to all the watchers, even though it's probably obvious, was my fault.
No, it was part my fault too. It was part my fault.
Well, I have 2 computers, and both of them suffered malfunctions. The one because I left my charger.
Epic fail.
Because I'd taken it with me when I was traveling. And then the other one, the CPU gave out on me. But
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a new one in there. She's back up and running, so.
We need an inanimate object gold watch. I'm gonna actually add that right now to our future 2025 gold watches because I think it's important.
It is. Oh yeah. You can also, not to feel like Sisyphus, but like I'm making my own mountain here. You could make a game with phones in it, and
Yeah.
like just sort of like separate out the phone, like you did similarly with the kitchen.
The kitchens.
Stills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have lots of game ideas. The more I think about the games that we could do, the more excited I get. If anything, that is the reason I want to keep doing this podcast. Oh wait, we should.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting to say, Ricky, this is our 100th movie. We're doing our 100th movie in this episode.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
oh,
Love
shit!
Lies Bleeding is the 100th one.
Love Lies Bleeding was the 100th.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
sheesh.
look at us. So we'll talk more about that. But just celebration. Who would have thought? Look at us, as Paul Rudd would say.
Does that count? Like the vault episodes, I'll say, because like we had like the thing and whatnot.
Yeah,
and, like,
it
our
does.
very first episode.
But you know what?
Like, okay,
Yeah.
and raise your head. Well, no, I was just wondering, because I didn't know if it would have been like Petra von Kant that got
Oh,
the
sure.
100th spot before. Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, I'm counting this movie. This is the 100th movie. It's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, it's the 100th movie. Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Did you count the each of the Daft Punk music videos as a separate movie, because they each have listings on IMDb?
So what do you think that stands for? That acronym?
It stands for I am
Big dumbass.
PVD.
I am big dumbass. Yeah.
yeah.
It's Internet Movie Database, so it's IMDb, not BD, not Baby Daddy. Internet Movie Baby Daddy. All right.
I'm DB.
Back to Petra von Kant. This movie looks really good. There is like costumes, wigs, like all of the production design, like the like you mentioned the apartment itself and like how we're kind of in that apartment this whole time. That just looks incredible. I mean, there's so much character to that apartment that really, like, I feel like the decor obviously changes, toward the end of the movie when it's just like stark empty and there's just a phone on the floor. Like obviously that's more obvious, but it's really cool. It's very rich in that way.
Yeah, I like a lot too how like the characters are like they sort of make like a prop comedy joke too, which a lot of times I think can be sort of like not lowbrow, but like it's like easy laughs. But this one I was like, oh okay, it wasn't overstated. When Petra von Kant was like telling like all her family, she was like, oh, like I'm in love with her, she's a woman, yada yada.
Yeah.
And like her mom was just like, my daughter in love with a woman, and like she's like standing there, and like it sort of like zooms out, and like you can see like she's like in like the rafters or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's got like the dolls, and then it cuts to the two mannequins just like embroiled in one another.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. To me, that was very funny, and it's just like oh like this really came as a surprise to you. Like I don't know. Like,
that is a good they're the mannequins are really funny. The way that they're like omnipresent or like surveilling almost. They're there from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's cool.
But like a lot of times they're just in the background, but then like
right.
once like her sexuality comes to the forefront, like we finally get like it's just like a straight on view of them, and like I was like, oh okay, I don't know, that's just funny to me.
It is. Yeah, it is.
I mean, same thing with the dolls too, right?
The dolls and the is it Sidonie? Is that the name of the or Marlena?
It's one of the sisters, right?
Marlena is who I'm thinking of. The secretary, like personal assistant.
Oh.
She is also I mean, treated way worse than a mannequin would be, but she is also, kind of like omnipresent in the whole thing, like watching, obviously observing, being harassed, and then toward the end, of course, like, finally like actualizes or self-actualizes and walks away. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like Petra sort of says that in the beginning, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm on first name basis with her, but I'm gonna
That's all right.
pretend
Yeah.
like I am. She says that in the beginning. She's like, "Oh, like she sees everything that I see. You know, she
Yeah.
knows everything that I do. Like this is fine. You know, like let her be here for this."
Yeah.
Which is like kind of funny, and it is. I don't know. Like when you first get introduced to their relationship, seems like it's almost like they're both getting something out of each other, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. But as it gets later on, when she just like packs up and leaves, Peter is like, "Oh, like next time we can work together."
Tell me
Actually,
about
like,
yourself. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
hand in hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the first time she's like seeing her as like a person.
Yeah.
And it's like while she's like
'Cause she's
while she's
totally-
packing like the few things she has in her room
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
It's a good, I mentioned like the Julianne Moore of it all, but like I'm reminded of kind of the piano teacher. I'm definitely reminded of Sean Dielman, which came after this movie was made. But these movies of like women, there's actually a movie by a very famous director, John Cassavetes, who kind of like a 70s American like new Hollywood type, so kind of like very raw movies, very like realistic, gritty, confrontational types of movies. And he has a movie called Woman on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown that I've not seen, but that I know is probably a movie we'll watch for this podcast one day. And I think that archetype of like successful or like, whatever, like whether that's professionally successful or like a housewife or like just like woman on the verge of madness, or who kind of is like sent into a frenzy. The Red Shoes is another movie that we'll watch sometime. That's a Powell and Pressburger movie, and that's a very famous movie of like a woman, just like under pressure, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it seems dumb, but this is like my only cultural touchstone to this. As you know, I'm a big Simpsons fan, and I've mentioned before that like the episodes where Marge is like more predominantly featured,
Yeah.
some of my favorites.
Yeah.
There's one in particular where she has like a breakdown,
Mhm.
and it's like in traffic, yada yada, and then like she goes to like a resort, and I know that they have to be riffing off of stuff because like I mean that's what The Simpsons does, and that's like how I know a lot of my cultural references, and I am really excited to like watch movies and be able to connect them to these things, especially for the episodes that like I really enjoy.
Yeah.
I mean, I mentioned A Streetcar Named Desire last time, which was another Marge centric one where she kind of gets a little on edge, but I don't know, they're so good. It's so great when like
You can place a
not
movie
only
to
do,
a
like they
yeah.
yeah to a reference, right? Yeah, but and it's also like they flesh out the characters like within that so that it seems natural because like a lot of these I don't know a lot of these representations of people are very
Caricaturized.
like
Yeah.
yeah. It's like relationships and like the world around us, yada whatever the taglines are, right? I mean they're all like it's very relatable. And so like when you watch it, or at least when I watch it, and I watch the references to it, I'm like, oh, that's so relatable, and it makes this character seem so much more 3D. And then I watch like the source material, and I'm like, oh, duh. Like, I don't know.
So I haven't seen. I have no idea which Simpsons episode you're talking about, but I would bet money that it's Falling Down. That's the movie that they're riffing on because that is a movie with Michael Douglas and Robert Duvall where Michael Douglas plays like a white guy who snaps. I mean, he is a white guy, but like he's stuck in traffic and he just like he goes off.
That's it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
So, I think that's the movie where he goes to McDonald's. I actually have not seen that movie, but I think that's the movie where he goes to McDonald's and they won't serve him breakfast because it's 10:31. I could be making that up. That could be me, but like I think that's a prominent scene in that movie. Anyway,
I feel like they've done that for a different plot point. I forget what the like impetus was here for Marge suffering a nervous breakdown. The episode is Home or Alone for anyone who wants to find it though. It's season 3 episode 15. Why do they Oh, she's just in traffic. I mean, I remember the part. She's in traffic on the bridge, and Maggie like spills her bottle. And then like it's so iconic because she screams and it like zooms out, and then
I'm sure
it
it's
cuts
from
to
that
like
movie
the
too.
video broadcast of them like on the bridge, and like the announcer, or who is it, the TV broadcaster's like, it seems like it's a they use some derogatory term. They're like, it's a distressed woman on the bridge. And then like Homer goes, looks like she's not getting enough at home. like it zooms in and you see Marge, and he's like,
Oh my
I don't know.
god.
It's great. They play the jokes really well there. They're like really really fast paced around that. It's good stuff. It's funny.
I do know what you mean about liking to see the references. That's so much of why I tell people to watch certain movies that are, classics. Even movies like that we have watched in this podcast or that I've shown you. It's like you should see it just so you get the reference, or like where, oh yeah, that's where that came from. I think that's a really valuable part of watching movies, is even movies that like the classics, like even if they're not that good, or modern sensibilities don't consider them that good. Yeah. Anyway,
100%. And you know what? Peter von Kant sort of falls into that. I feel like just who can't relate to fucking like sitting up waiting for a phone call or a text in this day and age, really? But like sitting around the phone, like checking it and being like, man, that's not who I fucking wanted. Like throwing it across
some
the
great phone
Bring me more
acting.
brandy.
Great phone
Phone acting
in this one. Yeah,
she didn't
from her.
phone it in.
God, I am the woman on the verge of a nervous breakdown. Like, it's me. No, like,
It's me. Hi.
could we really do this for another 100 movies? Could we do this? Is this my life? All right. Yes, I like. Obviously, she's doing lots of little business on the phone, but then also when she's like pretending in the beginning to be checking her schedule, when like it reminded me of actually Glengarry Glen Ross, when they'll be like, Marge, book me a flight for blah blah, and they're like just talking to no one in the office. She does kind of the same thing where she's like, let me see, and she's just like looking at the wall. Like, it's really funny. But this movie is very interesting psychologically. I from this woman who seems to be on top of the world. She's obviously like independent. She talks about being separated, and her first husband had passed away and all of that. But then for her to be vicious and manipulative and like seducing this woman that she kind of has like love at first sight or lust at first sight. It's interesting, and I think probably a template for many movies that came after it. So
oh yeah, I mean, even like I think just the idea of that like intense yearning is like so embedded. And I don't want to call it Tumblr culture, but it is like very like 2012's Tumblr, right? Like I could see frames of this movie being put on there and then being like, oh, like she's so me.
Yeah,
like
true.
Especially with was it a shag carpet? Like it was a big white shag carpet, right?
Yeah, and the robes.
Yeah. All the robe. Yeah.
I want a robe like that, man. I have several times. My dream is the robe that Christine Baranski wears at the end of The Grinch. Martha May Huvier. It's like a blue, like teal blue kind of, and then it's got like white fur trim. She's like all titties.
Yeah.
I want that robe. But but I would accept the Petra von Kant robe instead. It's a close second.
No,
please. No, please. What difference does it fucking make? Too. Yeah,
you're right. So I was over at Zach and Tori's a couple weekends ago.
Shout out Zach and Tori.
And they had like all their towels in the wash, and like I was like my hair was getting like pretty like bad. I was like, I really got to get a shower. Like I could really use a shower, And so they had like one like fuzzy pink robe.
That's awesome.
they're like, does that work? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Right?
Yeah.
So I just have to like stand there in it afterwards. I was like, all right, well, guess this is my life now. But
Yeah.
pretty comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was kind of feeling it. It wasn't that bad.
I have a silk robe, and then we wear a lot of kimonos because Chris's mom is
Oh
constantly
yeah,
buying us
it's
kimonos and giving
crazy.
them to us. So we wear those around the house a lot after a shower.
See if you can get a small.
And fuzzy and pink. You want a fuzzy pink kimono?
It doesn't have to be fuzzy or pink whatsoever. Just
You can just buy a kimono
just
if
one
you
for
want.
one of my stature. Yeah, I could, right?
Yeah.
But like,
Uh
if I get it from someone, then it has a story, and I can like.
and
People
it's
be like,
not cultural
"Oh, you have a kimono?"
appropriation. That's what you're worried
Right.
about. Yeah.
I'm not a white guy who bought a kimono, right?
Yeah.
I'm a white guy
Who
whose
was
friend
gifted.
gifted them a kimono.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it'd be rude if I didn't, use it, right?
Of course, of course. That we wore the fuck out of the kimonos that were in the hotel, but we were in Japan. They were awesome. Yeah, they were really
You're
cool.
not making me want one any
I'm
less.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're comfy.
Yeah.
And then Christopher looks so good. I'm looking at buying the Ren Fair tickets. And last year he went in like a samurai outfit, like he wore, pants
Yeah.
and I was like, God damn, that is so flattering on you. Like
You could have been a samurai. Sanjuro? Is that you? Like, what we got
Yo,
going on
Jimbo,
over
what are you
here?
talking about? Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, well, that was the movie we watched. Sanjuro is another film. Like,
It
calm
is.
down.
It's the sequel that we'll watch at some point. But yeah,
Ichni-san.
anyway, Jesus Christ.
San
I
is
know how to
3,
count. I
Sanjuro
understand how to
3.
count.
I don't know. I was
Yeah.
okay. I was just
Jesus.
Yeah. You said it was the second one. I was just doing a sanity check for myself.
So this movie opens with a cat eating ASMR, like short film, basically. Like there's like 15 cats on the stoop eating.
For me personally, I would have preferred if it was one dog.
I was gonna say that. It did make me laugh. I was like, man, this is a great setup. But it kind of, it adds character to the main character. It adds like it's a good like character introduction that she's got all of these cats. It's the only scene we see outside of the apartment also. Is, she's got all these like feral cats hanging out around her. She's kind of like, frenzied, a cat lady perhaps.
She's so me.
I was gonna say,
several times during this film, I was just like, "Oh, she's so me, bro."
Well, and several times over the last few years, there were points where you were like, "I'm gonna go check in on the ferals. Do you want to come?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You're like, "Oh, in the ditch. They're in the ferals in the ditch."
Yeah, my ditch cats. Yeah. There were 3. Sorry, there were 3 cats. And then the mom who would come by, and I saw the dad once.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd stop buying him food. Especially that was the really cold winter. It got like really really cold. So I gave him a little box, and I put out food for like the week that it was like below 0 or something.
Yeah.
Because they need the extra energy, right?
I understand.
Yeah.
What did you make of the central relationship between these two, Karen or
Which
Corinne?
two?
The main relationship. So Petra von Kant and Karen, the girl, the young model.
Oh, the thing is, I mean, that was alright.
I liked it.
I feel like it was just all about Petra von Kant. No.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like it was so one-sided.
Yeah. It was.
For the most part, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It reminds me a lot of the like early high school love, and I feel like guys do this a lot. I mean, girls do it too, obviously.
Projecting,
they'll be like
idealizing.
Yeah, you make that
idolizing.
image of the person in your head, right? And then like you chase after that. And like the end of the film is the only time that we get to see her go like, oh, wait a second, like it's not that deep, right?
Yeah.
And sort of like recenter and honestly, not just recenter, become like way more centered as a person than she was like beforehand, right?
Yeah, true.
So like good for her. But like, I mean, outside of that, like their relationship isn't like again, it's not that deep, right? Like it
It's
wasn't.
transactional, yeah, from Corinne's side,
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
yeah,
so you mentioned you think that she's more centered at the end of this movie because she has like this huge outburst and basically like
mhm.
banishes her family. But that it doesn't seem to be in like a healing kind of way. It's so
I mean more after that. After she gets the call,
oh
and she's
sure.
like, oh, she and like that's when she like becomes like way more reasonable because she's like, oh, I forget what happens. She said she was going to like Paris or something.
Yeah, and she's like, "Hey, you want to meet up?" And she's like, no, thank you." Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we see her reconcile with Marlene, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so
Yeah. Yeah.
like it, and that for me is the big. That's like
The
the big sign that like, oh,
catharsis.
okay, like
Yeah. She'll be okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's the tipping point. Not even that she'll be okay, but like that. I mean, at least she can recognize that like this woman who's been by her side for so long is like a valued and
A
important
real
person in
person.
her life, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
should be a person, should be allowed to be a person. Versus like I don't know, her family
Not so
seems like
much.
they enjoy her, right? Like
Yeah.
they like her, and like she likes them, but it's I don't know, it. I don't want to say no love lost, obviously, but it's very much so like they seem like sort of shallow in their
Yeah.
affections towards each other, and so even her like sort of like batting them away, they sort of just take as like a oh
Okay.
okay, it's just Petra being
Yeah.
Petra, right? Like
Yeah.
okay, so it's like
Yeah.
eh,
I do think that the dynamic is the least interesting thing probably about this movie. Like you're saying, it's kind of shallow. Like I also
yeah,
find it's so rushed. Like the pacing
mhm,
is very rushed in that way because like it starts, you get this like nice long introduction to her, you get a decent introduction to Corinne, and then like you get one scene of them interacting for like the first time, and then like the very next scene is them like speed running a bad relationship. Like they're like escalating
yeah,
the argument just like it's like more and more again it just feels like it's very rushed. And that kind of like I felt kept at a distance about that. Um
mm,
Especially because it escalates to this weird racism that I wasn't expecting. Maybe should have. But the when she
I
describes
think I
going out.
missed that.
She describes going out and sleeping with a black man, and they like,
Oh,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
I think I blocked that out of my memory just mere
Valid,
moments after watching it.
yeah, valid.
No, that was not. I mean, not very memorable in terms of the performance, but yeah, definitely a bit of a more sour note in a
Yeah,
way.
well, and it just seemed again so rushed. Because like,
Yeah,
yeah, she like it all of that like she's basically like you should move in. Okay, I love you. Yeah, and then like it's like why are you sleeping with other people? Racism, racism. You're a prostitute. Like it's just it's very
yeah,
yeah. But
but
it's not
but
the
again, that's
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, it's not the conceit of the film. That's I mean, again, I think all very similar to like again, I mean, I think again, like mainly guys do this, right? Where they idolize someone and then like you like they're just like making like arguments against that person, the person that they have in the head in their head, right?
Yeah.
And then like if they're like faced with any other facts, like hey, maybe like she's just not that into you. They're like, oh, okay. So she's just out sleeping with a bunch of guys. So she's a prostitute. Okay, cool. Like, and it's so like I don't know. Like, Petra just like follows that playbook. Like, I don't know, like frame for frame.
See, she's just not that into you. That's a Sex and the City
Mhm.
quote. A reference that you're making that you don't
I
even
thought it was a
get.
movie.
It's a movie based on a quote from Sex
That's
and the
so
City.
crazy.
I'm just
That's
saying.
so crazy.
I'm just saying. We'll watch
No,
it
I
someday.
don't doubt you. That's just nuts. I can't believe it.
We'll watch Sex and the City
Oh, well, I
movie.
can believe it, obviously. But
Yeah.
that's a tough sell, buddy.
Why is that a tough sell?
Because it's what a 4-season TV show.
6, 7,
Six.
6.
Dude, that's a tough sell, buddy.
It's good. You'll watch it and you'll be like, oh, I get it now. I understand.
I don't doubt that it's good. I just doubt that I put that much time towards a TV show.
You're so full of shit. You whatever. Anyway, This movie looks really good, but the visuals, like the specific like film graininess and even some of the cinematography reminded me of the Hourglass Sanatorium. Is that insane? Yeah.
Oh, not insane. No. Also some of the just the way some of the scenes get shot, like I talked about earlier with like the mother and the like you're like sort of looking through the rafters.
Yeah.
The way that we get like these weird interesting
Angles,
views of,
yeah.
like, yeah, and not even just the angles, but like you're seeing like parts of the house which like you shouldn't see.
Yeah.
And it's not in the Tokyo Story way. Like it doesn't frame everything beautifully. Although like there are some really nice framing. There's some really nice framing going. But sometimes it's just like,
how'd you get there?
Like,
yeah.
Why? Yeah. Like
yeah.
yeah,
Did you take a wall out to do this? Yeah. Right.
Like,
right. Yeah.
What's going on? How do you do it? Which I really appreciate. I think that's super cool. And it adds a lot to it. And I think Hourglass Sanatorium, which I didn't think about at all during the film, but like looking back on it, they do that all sort of shit a lot. Yeah. But like, I mean, that film I think also had just like the most insane sets ever.
It's true.
And like part of that is just like the sets itself are like it's like everything's like half broken apart. So it's like you're like, oh, okay, cool. It makes sense that we're going from like a bird's eye view directly down
a close up.
Sanatorium.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I do want to rewatch this. I think, there is also a horror movie that I think might pay homage to this one, with the woman sitting by the telephone. I'm not going to say anything because we might watch that movie someday, but real watchers would know what movie I'm talking about. But yeah.
Is that where they say the call is coming from inside the house?
No, that's a movie from the
That's a horror
70s.
reference I know. And
that
that's
is
involved with a
phone
phone call.
Do you have anything else to say about The Bitter Tears of Petra von Kant?
I don't have anything else to say at all.
At all for the rest of the episode? It's just me? All right, cool. Let's talk about Katie O'Brien. She's unbelievably hot in this Love Lies Bleeding. She's you go ahead and say some things before I. No, you could talk. Ricky's doing mom actions.
Okay, yeah, she's hot, man. I don't know.
It's crazy. It's so
they're both hot. Both of the leads are crazy hot. Yeah.
Kristen Stewart is not my girl in that way. She's just not. I can appreciate that she is an objectively attractive person. The gays love her. But she doesn't do it for me, especially in this movie where she's like pretty greasy. I prefer sweaty
kinda
to
like
greasy.
The greaseball look. Not
You're
gonna
into
lie.
The greasy.
Kind of like the greaseball.
Yeah. I can see it. Lucy.
I'm a bit of a greaseball myself, right? Like
Lucinda loves Kristen Stewart, and I could not recommend this movie to Lucy in good conscience because this movie's so violent that she would hate it. But I'm like, man, you'll think she's so hot in this movie. Like you have to like at least look up stills.
Look up stills from her.
Oh God.
So true.
But no. My original review of this movie, I was goo gaga for Katie O'Brien. She's just stupid hot. I like this movie a lot. This was one of my favorite movies of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, this was like top 3 for me. So
that's crazy. The way that you like protested when I suggested it,
I
made
just
me
think
that you just didn't enjoy it.
No, I love this movie. I just didn't think it's just not a classic we want to watch film. It's just like a little bit, a little more surface. I don't think that there's necessarily a lot. There's a lot going on, but it's different. Yeah.
Doesn't fit in with the other 99, huh? Is that what you're saying?
I would say that this movie is not necessarily profound. I wouldn't rank this in the annals of Brokeback Mountain and Unforgiven and, whatever, The Exorcist. But it doesn't mean I don't love this movie. I adore this movie. But but
this
no,
movie was a lot of fun. Like a lot of fun.
It's a very fun movie. That's a good way. Yeah.
And you balanced each of these so that like we had a fun movie and a more serious movie. And I mean every single one, not just a hat rack. Every single Lane is tapping their head, which is why I said the not just a hat rack remark. So. And every single one of these pairings, I've definitely had more to say about the more fun one.
Yeah.
Probably, I mean, pretty similar here.
That's not true.
But
Brokeback Mountain,
with
we
this
had nothing to say about.
Oh, that's true. Well,
Or we had nothing to say about theater
we talked
camp.
a bit.
We talked a lot about Brokeback.
Yeah.
We didn't talk shit
We
about.
talked a lot about Brokeback.
Yeah. Oh, I talked about. Well, yeah. Listen. Okay, straight
Brokeback
ally.
was.
I see how it is. Homophobic.
Right, my bad. Brokeback was like, I don't know. Brokeback was really excellent. But I mean, also, we said everything we were going to say about that then.
No, we didn't. I could keep going about. Let's just make this a
we
Brokeback Mountain
You're
episode.
right. You're right. You're right. No. Love Lies Bleeding. Yeah, I feel like there's a couple of themes that they do try to sort of work at.
Oh, 100%.
And they get them across, but it's
Yeah.
like pretty ham-fistedly.
Hell yeah.
The
Fisted
whole
me. I wish. Yeah.
There you go. Work
We're,
that one out.
we're
Yeah,
cooking with gas
really
here.
good.
Yeah. We're cooking with ass.
Dude, we're cooking with gasoline in a car in a ditch. No, but the whole like,
hold on.
You will become your father the more you try to
run
distance
from
yourself.
it.
It was just so so spot on. I was
It
like,
really
all right, calm down.
First off, she does not push the car into a ditch. She pusses. Wow, the Freudian slips are coming out.
Pussies?
She pushes the car into a crevasse. She pushes the car into a
ravine,
canyon.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they found the most
chasm.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I've heard of a sarcasm, but not a car chasm.
When they show
Sorry,
when this movie, this movie also freaked me out in the theater. Not so much the violence necessarily, that didn't really get me, but the psychological face warping and some of the like the shots of the whatever the chasm when they're showing that, and you just see darkness and it's just like implied that there's like dozens of bodies in there. That kind of got to me. Obviously all of the transformational stuff is pretty intense too, but yeah.
The when they show the pictures of the bones wedged,
yeah,
that's pretty fucked, man. Yeah, and, I don't know. I mean, the transformational stuff was really cool. It kind of reminded me of Constantine.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
Interesting.
But yeah. Just I mean, I don't know. Any hell, any depiction of hell or someone coming back from hell. I just kind of think of those movies.
Yeah,
which I like a lot, and I love that visual imagery. I think it's super sick.
Yeah,
the way that they play around with the sound and the lighting, though,
they are
when they make it red, and then the bass starts pumping, and it's like oh, blood's flowing. It's like oh shit, yeah, super cool.
This movie, okay, there's a bird right outside my window, but it's not on the bird feeder. It's looking for a way into my house. It's so crazy. It's pecking at the window.
Get over there.
Going
Get
like
over
this.
there.
Get over
there. Show him who's boss.
It's 2 feet from me.
Hit him.
Let me just roid up first. No, so this movie is so full of bone crackling, squelching, creaking, twisting. It's awesome.
The tendons popping.
Yeah. It's so hot. It's so great. I'm down so bad for Katie O'Brien. She Anyway, the specific scene. So I've seen one other movie by Rose Glass, this director, which is Saint Maud, a movie that August actually really likes. That maybe we'll watch someday. It is a woman who has religious delusions, kind of going through a manic episode, and it's a horror movie. And that movie has a lot of faces changing, things aren't really there, but they are, but they're in that person's mind. A lot of smile type imagery, I would say, as far as that goes. Not so much the smiling, but the rest of it. And I liked that movie, but I think this movie, the psychological or psychosexual stuff happening with Katie O'Brien, combining obviously she's a feral animal. Both of them are caged animals in their own way. She's they're both feral. I don't know how to describe it, but Kristen Stewart is so desperate like just to like have a connection, and then Katie O'Brien is so desperate for like power and like
It's
safety almost.
yeah, it's like alley cat
Yeah,
versus like nature cat, like out in the wild, like eating
nature
shit,
cat.
you know.
Yeah, true,
Well,
true.
because
I know
like
what you mean.
alley
I know what
cat,
you
like
mean. Yeah,
you're digging around in the garbage, like
yeah,
it's like anything to survive, right? And like a
yeah,
little greasier, right? Some like patches of fur missing, but like you're like
yeah.
constantly on edge, and then
Unclogging a toilet.
like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, unclogging the toilet, yeah, getting your little kitty fist up in there.
yeah,
No, and then like out in nature, cat is like you're roided up, you're eating like mice,
yeah.
birds, and shit. That bird at the window wouldn't have stood a fucking chance, Lane. I'll tell you that much.
So I said I've seen this movie
You
three
should give
times now.
Banksy some steroids.
Banksy would probably have a heart attack and die if he tried to like move.
Imagine Banksy like
Jacked.
you know how cats they
Yeah.
get like stanced up like that.
Yeah.
Imagine Banks like that.
He can't.
Meredith just knocked at my door too.
You can go
Um,
talk to her if you need to. You want to go? Go ahead.
Let me just go say hey.
Yeah, tell
I'm
her
not
I
even
said
gonna
hi.
pause. I'm just gonna let it.
That's
run,
fine.
just so we don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Katie O'Brien is so hot in this movie. I would run through a burning building just to stand in a pile of her garbage. Like, it's unreal. I told Ricky sub top rights. Hey,
What's up?
how is Meredith?
She's good. She said hi.
Kind Everything okay?
Turning a plate.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen this movie now 3 times, and only on this recent watch, and I'm kind of stupid in this way. The movie opens with Kristen Stewart cleaning up a mess. I hadn't put that together.
Oh, yeah.
Which is how she ends the movie, of course, too. But
Yeah.
obviously the mess is very different. So just the whole, like, all
I mean,
she
that's why
does
she
in this
spends
movie.
the entire movie.
The whole
Like,
movie is that, yeah, which is really funny. But she's, she's just so, like, she's like tweaking at Katie O'Brien when she first meets her. She's like so, like, they're like, she's like, I have like steroids if you want. Like, if you want some, I could like get,
Yeah.
like, she's like,
Yeah.
if you think this
They
is
just
cool.
get them for free from some like East European country. It's totally
Yeah.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I could
can
just
get
give them
some
to you
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to live with me?
Yeah, literally. Yeah. It's so crazy. I love this, I didn't intentionally program 2 like toxic lesbians together movies, but yeah.
Surely.
I didn't. I swear I didn't.
Okay.
But it's their relationship is so interesting and fun. You mentioned how fun this movie is. Oh my gosh, Milo is so cute.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, your boyfriend's in the background.
I
I don't
love
know why
him.
he's like walking back so weird.
He's so cute because he wants to pose.
Oreo's on the ground. That's why.
He's so fucking cute.
Yeah, he's loafed up now.
I love him. Anyway, but no, you mentioned how fun it is, and it is sometimes fun. Like, obviously, like, there's very serious shit in this movie, very disturbing serious shit.
Yeah.
But the tone
Yeah.
walks this beautiful balance of being about serious stuff, but still allowing you to indulge and laugh at it and have fun. And like, it's not quite cynical. It's just kind of like, well, love will make you do crazy things. Like, lust will make you do crazy things, won't it? And like, let you walk into terrible situations and stay with someone that you shouldn't because you're like, fist to bomb. Like, it just, Ricky's uncomfortable.
A little.
But so, their initial meeting, of course, is right after, like, there's the whole Dave Franco bit of him beating on Jenna Malone, Kristen Stewart's sister. And he just plays such a good skis. Like, he's great at it.
He's so hateable.
Yeah. When she beats the fuck out of him, first off, that scene,
getting that face bashed.
Yeah. That scene is like has a great jump scare. No, but the fact that she comes out of nowhere in it, like the framing of where she's just like behind a curtain, maybe like she might have just like evaporated.
It's Gremlin style.
Yeah.
Like someone's going to make a smoothie and Gremlin fucking jumps out and shoves her hand in the blender. Like it's like, oh fuck.
When I first logged this movie on Letterboxd, I was going back through my review, I said that they turned him into a South Park Canadian.
'Cause of the
Like when his
yeah.
jaw, like you look at, she looks at it and it's just like flapping. It's like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Hey Trey, how's it
Yeah,
going?
yeah. Um, but this could very easily be like a rape and revenge type movie where it's just like, okay, now we're taking action against this terrible guy. Isn't it great? But like, it doesn't do that. I think the implications or like the consequences are so thoroughly explored here of like, obviously like legally and all of that morally, but just even just the interaction she has with her sister when her sister finds out that he's been found dead and she like screams, she lets out this great scream. All of that is really, and like psychologically what it does to Kristen Stewart to have to clean that up and be involved and then do it again. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. So thinking of the scream, I mean that whole like when she arrives at the estate, super funny.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe not funny. No, it is funny. It is funny when
Yeah.
she gets out of the car and she
Mhm.
talks to like her what is it?
Coworker
Her
crush.
new...
Yeah.
No. Her mom-in-law.
Oh,
Who's, like,
oh,
getting in
yeah.
the
She's
car
like,
and
you gotta
getting
ruin
away.
everything. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, good to see you too.
Yeah. It is really good.
It's just good. It's really good stuff. And then like you see her like going through the house and like
Mm-hmm.
she's like trying to clear it, right? And then like she sees her sister.
Yeah.
I mean
Well,
that seems like tough. Her sister's the only like normal one of the family. I mean,
her
at least as far as what we see, right?
her sister is just Kristen Stewart, but add 10 years. I mean, the relationship dynamic will get to that point, right? Like, Katie O'Brien is clearly like, my love and my girlfriend, but abusive, like violent. She yanks
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart or smacks her at one point. Like, she's obvious, like, she's fucking killed people. Like,
Yeah.
so obviously she's not really that much better than Dave Franco in a lot, you can make the argument about
In a lot of ways, yeah.
her beating the shit out of him, but then she goes and kills the coworker and what, so the fact that they're both passing judgment on each other in that scene where Kristen Stewart's like, I can't believe you would stay with him, and Jenna Malone is like, you don't know what love is about, or like you don't even know what love is, or something. And it's like, you're both so stupid you can't realize that you're just you're the same fucking person, and you're both your dad too. Like it's clever. I like that.
See, I don't know how much her sister's like her dad though, because it seems like her sister sort of like stays out of the family business. Obviously she's complicit in many ways, but it's never explicitly shown that she's like
she's not like a
helping clean
murderer
up
or
or any of
whatever.
that,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Yeah, or a murderer. Yeah.
But
Which is I just think interesting, and it also shows that like I this sounds wrong, but it kind of leads me to believe that like Kirsten Stewart is like the favored child, right?
But yes, she is.
Kristen,
Kristen,
not Kirsten.
Kirsten Dunst, Kristen Stewart.
Kirsten Dunst, Kristen Stewart. My bad. That Kristen is like the favored child because, like, I mean, she's the one that has to look out for her baby sister, but it's like, why is the dad not looking out for the baby sister here, right?
True.
And like, yeah, I mean, even after her husband beats her, it's like, I don't know, man. He has connections in the police. He's obviously like known in the town. It's like
he can't do more. Yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm just saying, if I ever become like a cartel guy or whatever, like my family's untouchable. All right, like, if any of them are being affected, it's because I'm dead and buried. And well, maybe not buried. Maybe I'm dead at like the dinner table or something in Sicario. But I'm dead either way, right?
Ricky, we all know that you're part of the KGB. The fact is, you don't have a family. Mormonism rejected, back to being a KGB agent.
Yeah.
The lore.
Friendship with Mormonism over
Thank
friendship
God.
with KGB, Intel, deep state agents.
What did you think of Ed Harris, the dad, in this? The Mr. Mullen himself.
That's Red from that '70s show, right?
It is not. No, that is a different actor.
Fuck, is it actually not?
It's not. Ed Harris is Dave Moss from Glengarry Glen Ross, the angry one. Remember? The one who spoilers for Glengarry Glen Ross. The one who actually ripped off the joint. Well, one of them.
Oh, this is the guy in the Truman Show.
Yeah, he's he's the
Okay.
the guy,
Yeah, the Watcher.
the Watcher. Oh,
Just
is
like you
he the
guys watching.
is he the true Watcher? That's crazy.
Probably.
Yeah, Ed Harris is like.
Oh, he's also in A History of Violence. Yeah, that's crazy.
Have you seen that movie?
No, but I've heard it's great.
Yeah, me too. I haven't seen it either. I'm gonna add it to the watch list. Ha! Joke's on me. It's already on there.
Oh, he was in A Beautiful Mind.
He's in a bunch of movies.
John Nash was like my idol growing up.
That's so crazy. We will never watch that movie for this podcast.
That's fine. I wasn't even suggesting it. I don't think it's a very good movie, but
yeah, okay, good.
One that I have seen.
Anyway, what'd you think of his performance in this movie?
It was good. I liked it a lot. At first, I was not.
Yeah.
At first, I wasn't completely sold on it. Like his first couple of
line readings,
viewings, right? Like, because they just
or
sort of,
sightings.
You just see him once or twice, yeah, and then they have the flash of red, and it's him holding a gun.
Yeah.
And originally, I was like, oh, okay, he's homophobic. He's going to do something to her girlfriend. And I was like, oh, all right, well, that's pretty obvious and shitty. And I was like, oh, the way they're setting him up as the boogeyman is I was like, this is kind of dumb. Really glad they didn't go that route.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think his performance was great. But that introduction, I was not sold on. And then when we actually get to see him perform and be on screen as a character, I was like, oh, all right, okay,
yeah,
I see it. This guy's great.
I think this movie makes a really smart choice by not being obsessed with the mob boss intricacies or talking about all of these past, really getting into detail about how it works, and you get just enough to know okay, this guy's not a super villain, but he's obviously very powerful, he's very violent, and he's done a lot to affect the community and also Kristen Stewart. And so you really instead do get the chance to just let him chew the scenery and wear his little fucking wig and eat a bug's head off. It's a lot more fun. It keeps it fun, which is good. Yeah, it's what this movie needs. So it's good.
Yeah, the bug eating is always top 10, bro. You throw that in anything and shit's serious.
I think too, the movie, just speaking of good choices in the writing of this movie, which this movie was written also by Rose Glass, the director. The choice to make the coworker character annoying, but not in a little bit of a threat, and definitely unlikable, but not I want to kill this person. It's fun then to watch them Lou obviously becomes very manipulative. It's just kind of you get to relish that. They do a really good job of without making her super over the top and hateable. We've talked about this before. So it you do feel a little bit of oh, you shouldn't have killed her. You, at least, just
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's good.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, the movie really kicks on in the back half, right? After the dude dies and she's seen at the stop at the light stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're oh, okay, that's when all the pieces are set and you're oh, all right, well, this is a tragedy.
Yeah, we're getting into this. Yeah. Oops. Yeah.
And then it's just oh, well, what type of tragedy is it, right? And
Yeah.
it's are we getting Romeo and Juliet? Are we getting some Macbeth? And then they're yeah, we're Bething it, baby. And people just start dying. It's oh, no.
It's fun. I mean, yeah, it's the hallucinations too that Jackie has on stage at the bodybuilding contest that immediately preclude her beating the shit out of one of the contestants. It's just
yeah,
it's the only time that we really get into horrific imagery. Obviously the violence is really bad when she beats up or kills Dave Franco, but that's the only time that you really get violent psychedelic or hallucinations, that are scary, and that's really fun.
Yeah. When did you say her name was Lou, who gets shot at the end? I forget her name.
No, Daisy is the
Daisy.
yeah.
Yeah. When she gets shot, so like
It's crazy.
the way
It's
that's
like
shot
shocking.
is
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It's genuinely super shocking because like she pukes and then like it's like side view of her puking and then it cuts to like main character inside Kristen
They're
Stewart
like walking into
and
the
like
apartment or whatever. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah. So
just
like you see the outside of the
yeah,
apartment, and then you see on the inside, and you see the blood spatter like spray forward, right?
first. Yeah.
I thought that she had like coughed up blood or like puked blood or something.
Uh-huh.
I thought that's what that was. I was like, oh shit. And then like the scene like
Nope.
pans. I don't know
Yeah.
whether it pans or if it just like cuts or whatever.
And she's like falls. She like crumples. Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. Well, you see her, and there's like you can see like there's like a bloody hole, and she like as she's
Yeah, and she, like,
falling,
falls.
you can like see through it for like a half a second, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh fuck, man.
Oh yeah.
and you see second main character.
Jackie.
I forget her name as well. I've forgotten everyone's name. Jackie
Yeah.
behind her, like perfectly framed.
So hot. I wish she would shoot someone for me because she was jealous. That's the kind of love I want.
That's crazy, and also Kristen Stewart is like almost right in the fucking path of the bullet.
Yeah,
like,
no, she's yeah, she's deranged. It's hot. I don't know what to tell
yeah,
you. Like,
yeah, it's
Christopher, take notes.
Buddy, I hate to say it, I I think I know why your dating life might have been checkered in the past.
I don't have a checkered dating life. My ex spouse.
From what I've heard.
You mean because I'm divorced?
I've only heard of like. Well, no, I've only heard of like one ex being insane, going off like the alt-right pipeline.
Did I have an ex? I don't think I had an ex that went that alt-right. Do I?
That was the impression that I got from
Of my spouse?
you, August and Priya, all shit talking. I don't know if it was your spouse or if it was someone else. I couldn't tell you, but
Oh.
uh,
Well, there's the shit head that like August was involved with
I don't
too.
know the lore. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was gonna say
It
yeah.
could be that.
Well, I don't think anyone's gone alt right. That's yeah.
Maybe it was just someone you guys were talking about. But
Oh yes, we were talking. Yeah,
know.
I know who you're talking about. We were talking about. Was it that the name? I don't think that was anyone we dated.
Maybe.
But anyway,
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. All right. I'll retract my former statement for now, though. Put that in gray.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Citation needed in brackets on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, it would be a new smell. Like, there would be, like, you would smell it for miles, is what I'm saying.
Brother. Till the room stinks? Is this what you're saying here?
It's beyond that. Till the gym stinks.
That's insane. Till the zip code stinks.
Till the shooting range. The ending. Let's talk about the very end. Well, not the very end, but the
Big
confrontation.
Lady.
Yes. Yeah. What did you think of all that? Because that was a scene that, like, when this movie came out, people were like, "Oh, it lost me when she became a giant." And it's like, do you even like movies? Why do you watch movies if you not to watch this happen?
I will say, I had a half second of that. I was like, they fucking lost me. As soon as she does the like gun in the mouth, and then she's like, "All right, let's get out of here."
Yeah.
And then they're riding in the clouds afterwards. I was like, "Yeah, all right,
I'm back on board. Yeah,
I'm down for it, man. Yeah, I'm on board. You got me."
Hell yeah.
So I see that as like a part of one of the other themes. This was something that I didn't really like too much. They really play up the effects of testosterone, where they're like, "Oh, like it makes you like super aggressive and violent, and like you become like a monster." And
yeah,
I was like,
when I first
really my favorite.
When I first watched this, I definitely was like, "Is this transmisogynistic? Is there like some sort of like?" But I think my and I actually talked to a trans woman about this when I saw the movie, and she kind of said like, no, that it seemed very clearly about like anabolic steroids. We know that shit does make you fucking crazy. So
it does, yeah.
And I think, but the
I was gonna say,
yeah. Go ahead. Go.
Like like sitting with it, right? I was like, okay, because
Yeah.
it's not being used in that way, right?
And she's
I'm not
not
saying
on
that
T, right? Like it's
right, right.
yeah.
And and I don't mean that as in like the steroids weren't being used in that way. I mean
Right.
as a, like the plot device was not being used
Yes.
to like
Yeah. Yeah.
demean or
Right.
like aggravate or whatever. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know.
It's
This is one of those things where like it's like you
yeah.
can't make a movie about war that doesn't glorify war. It's like
Yeah.
you can't make a movie about like women on testosterone without like to a degree demonizing what testosterone does to the body.
Well, yes,
Which
I do think about though,
I mean, you can't make
like
a movie about anyone on testosterone without that. But anyway, yeah, yeah.
well, and I'm thinking too, like steroids aren't necessarily just like anabolic steroids aren't necessarily just testosterone, right? Like
No, no, no. You'd be on a stack of like tren, like
right.
testosterone tren, and then there's like a D something.
Yeah. But
it's just the fact that they only mention testosterone in the film.
sure.
Like when they mentioned that early,
Yeah.
that was my first like. I was like,
I don't know about all this. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If they had just been like, oh, like I'm running like a full stack or something like that.
Right.
If they just used like very like gym lingo,
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, okay, like it wouldn't have raised any flags for me, right?
I'm glad you brought this up. I think part of what I think separates this movie from taking that tack is also that it's like Lou is also doing violent, fucked up shit. And obviously, like, it manifests differently. But I think that part of it, I mean, setting aside that Jackie's obviously misusing these, like, she's definitely, like, injecting way more than she should. But,
right.
The fact that they're both, like, the love is what's driving them, or, like, the desire. It's not just the like physical effects of the steroids that are making them insane. Like both of them are lashing out and like, so that's kind of where I arrived at. But I think you're right to be like initially hesitant or like sus about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I also,
especially when Jackie loses control and like,
right. Starts beating the shit out of people. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, starts beating the shit out of Kristen Stewart. It's like
that too. Yeah.
Like when they're in the apartment together. Like,
yeah.
That's where it's like, and again, but I think a lot of that comes down to like the differences between like how they're acting. I mean, like in this like fight or flight situation, right?
Yeah.
Like different types of panicked animals, right?
Yeah.
And then like the thing for me is like the backdrop of Lou is like yes, like he's the like patriarch, right? Like I mean, pretty like distinctly, like he is the patriarch here, and like. It's the way that he does things is not very, it's not ham-fisted, right?
Yeah.
Like it's very like cloak and dagger. It's very, throw him in the chasm, right? So it's I don't know. It's interesting to see the difference, and like obviously like he's old too. Like like
some of the threats gone. Right.
Yeah.
I think too something. Just to defend this movie against the allegations, I think also because it's not like playing up that Jackie is becoming very masculinized or like becoming like a man.
Right.
It's very psychedelic or hallucinatory. I feel like that is part of what again is like. Yeah. And also does draw the difference between her and Lou Sr., where it's like she's just like raging out and he has like this like calculated impetus behind him.
Like calm control.
Yeah.
Yes. For me, I think it was really demonizing testosterone more than anything, right? Like versus like demonizing
steroids
like
use
hormones in general, I guess, or steroid usage in general. Yeah.
I guess
specifically that roid rage,
Yeah. I guess yeah, I can see that because like the medicalizing of it, it's very difficult to like parse the two of them, and not have it be like a woman taking D or like what the blending of those things, like
right. And that's what I was saying with like the whole like any movie that depicts war, like low key supporting it, right? Because it is like, I mean, it's a tough subject, and like I mean, I hate to say it, but like lowest common denominator watching the film is going to be like, oh, like, can't you see, like, women get the testosterone and, they become, these angry monsters. And it's like,
I guess so, but I just also think like it's so clear, like it's as clearly saying that she is misusing them without being like, this is bad. I don't endorse the misuse of steroids. You know what I mean?
Lane.
So
Lane,
yeah,
I know. But again, like I think it all again, like it's all comes down to the same argument where like yeah, unless they had like flashing lights on screen,
sure,
I don't think that there's any way that they could like make their point more clearly than the way that they do.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I hear
but
you.
yeah, it did. I mean, I did want to bring it up because like it is like kind of like thorny and like it's something that like while I was watching, I was at first like yeah, you know, giving them the side eye, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But by the end of the movie, I don't know, I was kind of brushed past that. I was like, yeah, you know.
yeah. Well, and she's unstable before she's using them too. You know, she's like
Yeah,
obviously like
yeah,
pretty
oh yeah,
like
clearly,
so
yeah,
yeah. Yeah. And on a rewatch that stood out to me more is like how erratic and like when they're trying to like sizing each other up, especially when they're having a cigarette, like yeah, there's a lot of like I don't know, they're yeah, like two cats circling each other. It's very it's hot.
yeah.
I'd watch. I did watch.
Oh yeah. What did you think of the very, very end of the film?
I thought it was funny. I thought it was perfect. I think it's a perfect ending.
So fucked up.
Well, I mean, like obviously it's not funny that someone dies, but I think like just the Lou, like the fact that she digs through her purse, the Daisy's purse, and like pulls out the cigs to basically indicate that she's trapped in her cycle. She's not going to change. You know, our habits are going to be our
Yeah.
habits forever. I just think it's funny and,
Yeah.
and neat. You
Yeah.
know, it's a good ending.
I mean, same. Very,
Yeah.
very neat ending, and like that sort of lends it to being like more of like the fun film.
Yeah.
Not really like
Right. It's not dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But the whole, I don't know, like it's just like as soon as you see that, like as soon as like the head starts banging, right? That's when I was like, oh god, like don't tell me. And she gets like she sees it and she has the same exact reaction, and that just makes me go, no, come on,
Yeah.
don't tell
Yeah.
me. And it's
Yeah.
like it is one of those things where you just like repeatedly like, oh come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
But they're trapped. They're with each other, man. They can't.
Yeah.
They can't do it. Yeah.
stuck
Yeah.
in their ways.
Mm.
Yeah.
I wish I was stuck. Do you have anything else to
Know your
say about
programming.
this movie? Not to rush us,
No.
but we are at $1:30, and I have a game for you, Ricky. So,
Oh, okay.
uh,
Yeah, no, I'm done then. I've said my piece.
you know what I wish Katie O'Brien would do with her piece? A few weeks ago, it was theater camp in Brokeback Mountain. And by a few weeks ago, I mean like immediately preceding this, right?
Mhm.
And we kept going. We ended the episode with Broke Camp, Theater Mountain, Mount Camp. Like we kept,
Yeah, we were.
yeah.
Yeah, we were going back and forth with those. Yeah.
And it made me think of how many titles really there are that we've covered. And so I have the name game for you. So I would like you to pull up the
Eat,
list
drink,
of
pray,
movies.
man, woman.
Hold on. You'll see. So the point of this game is to combine two movie titles based on the blended description that I am going to read to you. So there will be two movies from the list that we've seen that are blended chef's kiss just absolutely perfectly into a delicious pesto. And I will prompt you by trying to give you a description that describes both movies as if they were one movie plot.
Okay.
So
okay.
So
Yeah,
for
yeah.
example, here's a
So
tee
you
up.
give me a blended plot, and I'm giving you the blended title.
Yes, and you can't just say, "Oh, it's this movie and that movie." You have to
No,
specifically.
I need to blend them before I. Yeah, I got
Yes.
you. I got
So
you.
so for example, a wayward fashionista teams up with a hard-boiled detective to solve a case of fabricated charges against a cartoon rabbit would be Who Framed Roger Rabbiter Tears of Petra von Kant.
Okay.
That's the level we're cooking on here. So I've got
Yeah,
19
yeah.
for you. That was a little gimme.
That's okay. All right. That's a lot. Start them up, I guess.
We'll get there. We'll get there. And you'll get a point each.
Okay.
And if you we'll see. We might not do all 19, but I'll give you the
All right.
one point. We'll say if you can get Well, I don't know. Well, whatever. We'll keep score.
I would like a point for identifying both movies, and then like a point.
An
for
additional point if you get the blended title. Okay, I like it. Okay. All right. An FBI agent works with a rogue, mysterious assassin to orchestrate a gang war in a small feudal village. An FBI agent works with a rogue, mysterious assassin to orchestrate a gang war in a small feudal village.
So this is kind of making me think Sicario and Yojimbo. So I'm thinking Sikimbo. Sicario.
It's a little more
Am
elegant.
I off on
than
one
that.
of the movies?
No, your movies are correct. So 1 point for that.
Elegant solution. Okay.
Yeah.
Simbo?
No. You're condensing too much. Expand. Take a deep breath in.
Yojimcario?
Swap them.
Sicario Jimbo?
There you go. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Now you're getting it. Now we're on the right track here. All right. Two young men, one intensely envious of the other's talents and circumstances, embark on a fraught relationship that climaxes before completely deteriorating. It's a little tougher.
This one is a little tougher. I'm thinking Good Will Hunting, but this just sounds like the plot of Good Will Hunting. Is that one of the movies?
It is not.
Fuck. Okay. Could I get this again then?
Two young men, one intensely envious of the other's talents and circumstances, embark on a fraught relationship that climaxes before completely deteriorating. What's a movie with like a really intensely envious guy? Like there's just like such an intensely envious enemy that his name has become a like a well-known name for something.
Oh, Okay, I was going to say Mobile Suit Gundam because one guy is so envious of the other guy that he literally takes his identity. But the fact that you're mentioning the name makes me think that it's definitely not that whatsoever. Oh, fuck! I know what it is. It's Amadeus. Okay, so it's Amadeus, and I'm gonna ask for the description one more time.
Two young men, one intensely envious of the other's talents and circumstances, embark on a fraught relationship that climaxes before completely deteriorating. They're climaxing.
I know. You keep emphasizing it. I get it. I know.
They're two young men. Climaxing.
Two young men climaxing. 12 naked cowboys in Ram Ranch. Okay, so I'll say I was thinking Power of the Dog when you said young men, because like the one guy is really young in that. But I'm not. If
you want to try to reverse engineer this, you could perhaps look at a movie that would like fit with the name Amadeus.
That's what I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying with Amadeus first, and I'm not.
Maybe put Amadeus second. I have to say too, I'm so pleased with myself. I know that this is my biggest character flaw, is that I'm so giddy over my own work, but this is really my fucking magnum opus, my masterpiece, my Salieri piece, actually. Oh,
two young men.
Two.
No, that didn't.
Two might be in the title, but not the two you're thinking of.
Ooh.
What movie has two young men that hook up and then they stop talking? We just watched this like 3 weeks ago. We did. There's a woman involved.
Oh. Itu Mama Tom Amadeus? Tom Bien.
A little more elegant than that, I would think.
Itu Mama Mamadeus? Mamadeus?
Yes, Itu Mamadeus.
Okay.
All right. This one, good job. You got there. 1 point for that one because you got there.
We got there.
All right, this one
really grounded out.
they're gonna get a little more insane. I'm putting it out there.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah,
it's the 100th movie, babe. All right, on both the hottest and snowiest day of the year, racial tensions and mounting hysteria lead a research team to disaster in Brooklyn.
Do the thing.
Okay, good. I should have led with that one.
I didn't know if you do that or just do the thing.
Do the thing. Do the thing would be really funny. All right. A reincarnated actor experiences a series of dreamlike vignettes on the way to visit his ailing father on a burning movie set.
Burning movie set?
With a reincarnated actor.
Okay, wait, repeat?
A reincarnated actor experiences a series of dreamlike vignettes on the way to visit his ailing father on a burning movie set.
I mean, I'm getting the Hourglass Sanatorium on a burning movie set. I mean, I guess that movie set was also kind of burning.
The burning movie set is not from Hourglass Sanatorium.
Okay. Burning movie set. So, is it on Sundays? Only because I'm only thinking that because burning now. Okay.
No. That movie.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What movie has a reincarnated actor? What movie takes place in the movie industry?
Perfect Blue.
Keep thinking. Think
But
of
that's
more.
not the one you're thinking of.
It is not. Where there's
in the
reincarnation.
Movie industry specifically?
The movie industry specifically.
Oh, Om Shanti Om! Oh, it's the Hourglass Sanatorium Om Shanti Om.
There you go.
Okay. Some of these are going to sound edited because I do the pause where I say it in my brain and then before I say it out loud. So it's gonna sound like I'm just like
riffing,
like I'm like cutting out and like thinking about it or like bouncing ideas before it. But no, this is raw.
This is raw. This is raw. Okay.
As you can tell by the horribly long pauses.
Good job. You're on a good roll. You're on a good roll here.
We're getting them.
A young cop goes undercover to pull a fast one on his older paramour during a bank heist, leading to heartbreak and death. This one's a little tricky.
On a bank heist? On a bank heist. Oh, so I was thinking Reservoir Dogs. I'm not sure where the bank heist.
I guess bank robbery. It could be bank robbery. You're on the right track with Reservoir Dogs. I should have said robbery, not heist. My bad.
They were robbing a jewelry store, weren't they? In that movie.
Oh, you're right. I'm an idiot. I'm a fake fan.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Oh, okay. So that's Reservoir Dogs. All right. Can I get the full thing again?
I'm heat brained.
Now I don't know what the other movie is.
Hang on. Yeah. All right. So, a young cop goes undercover to pull a fast one on his older paramour during a jewelry store robbery, leading to heartbreak and death. Why do I have a bank heist on the brain? Think about heat. I'm always thinking about heat. 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 Older Paramore. Young undercover.
Oh, Reservoir Power of the Dog.
Well, okay.
No?
Well, what's the
Power
title?
of the Reservoir Dog?
There you go. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Nicely done. All right. Good job.
The Power of the Reservoir Dog, actually.
The Power of the Reservoir Dogs.
Dogs.
After a lawyer breaks down in court over the beating of a young sex worker, a retired assassin goes after a ruthless company woman in one last bounty hunt.
Jesus Christ.
Listen,
Okay,
I gotta get the keywords in there for the IMDb keyword search.
I know.
Yeah. But you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this.
Could I get it again?
After a lawyer breaks down in court over the beating of a young sex worker, a retired assassin goes after a ruthless company woman in one last bounty hunt. I feel like I should diagram these sentences by color to be like, this is movie 1 and this is movie 2.
Yeah. I'm not thinking of movies with lawyers. I'm having a
That's
tough
crazy.
time with that.
One of the best movie openings we've ever seen together is a lawyer breaking down or having a. We haven't seen. Sorta. He's in a deposition room. You know.
Is that Michael Clayton?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then how about a retired assassin going after a ruthless company woman in one last bounty hunt?
Yeah, that is the other half of the One last bounty hunt, huh?
Who breaks down or who over the beating of a young sex worker?
I was thinking Memories of Murder, but
Not a murder.
am I off base with that?
You are off base.
Memories of Murder. Just not a murder. Memories of
Who?
Murder. Who breaks down over a sex worker?
What movie have we seen about a retired assassin who goes on one last bounty hunt?
Got me one last time. Unforgiven? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So is it Michael Clayton Forgiven?
It is.
Okay.
Ricky's got his head in his hands. All right, I've got a string of easier
I'm just
ones here.
massaging my temple right now. I've
yeah.
got like a fucking
I've got some
divot in my skull now.
I've got a couple of easier ones here for you. So you're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay.
You haven't given up on any of them, which is good. Okay. In a world
In a
world where superheroes are forced underground, one man leads an army to claim the title of king of both England and France.
Watch Men read the fifth.
Yeah.
I was like, would it be Watch Henry? No, it's Watch Henry.
It's Watch Henry.
Yeah.
Okay, good job. You're doing well. Mm-hmm. Two cuckolded spouses roleplay a mutiny on a warship.
Well, I know it's In the Mood for Love and Battleship Potemkin. Battleship Potemkin, The Mood for Love.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This next one, I'm hopeful. This next one is a little creative on my part, a little gleeful. During World War II or maybe III, a prison is both broken into and out of by a rascally war hero. I was really pleased. I was really feeling myself with this one. During World War II or maybe III, a prison is both broken into and out of by a rascally war hero. I can't even see Ricky's face. He's hunched over so far.
I'm doing the locked in thing, but I shove my elbows on
You've
my knees
too
and
far.
I'm just like face down into my phone.
You're like 45-degree angle
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, both broken into and out of. I mean,
Hmm?
like, I want to say The Great Escape. I
Okay.
also, since you're pretending like you're being so cheeky, I want to say The Thief and the Cobbler, right? Because they break into he breaks out of jail with the fucking thing.
But is there a
And
rascally
technically he is a war
hero?
hero.
Is he rascally
He's
though?
a rascal and he's a war hero. But I get that that's not what you're going for here.
Well, World War II or maybe 3. You're gonna fucking put your head in your hands and cry when you realize which one this is. You're about to slap your hand to your forehead.
World War II and or maybe 3.
So you've got World War II accounted for. What's a movie that kind of seems like it's taking place in World War III a little bit?
That's what I was trying to piece together here.
We really like this war hero in this movie.
You're not thinking Civil War, are you?
I'm not. No.
Okay.
He's not a war hero in that movie, by the way. He's a war criminal, in fact.
well, right. That's what I was like. Well, I mean, depending upon your viewpoint, I guess.
In this other movie, the prison is broken into. Our war hero, who kind of talks like this, breaks into a prison.
Oh, it's The Great Escape from New York with Snake. Yeah,
Snake.
yeah.
Yes. Well done. Okay. We're getting into some more funky ones. So.
Okay, great.
The Chosen One wakes up after hundreds of years of interconnected love stories of heroism and love in a vaguely Asian setting.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that you're bringing Cloud Atlas into it. The Chosen One. I assume you're bringing Cloud Atlas into it.
That's correct.
Okay. You said The Chosen One really specifically, though. I actually feel like I'm still looking for someone chosen.
In a vaguely Asian setting. That wakes up after hundreds of years. You're going to be pissed off that I linked these two movies.
Yeah, probably. Vaguely Asian.
What Chosen One wakes up after 100 years?
Oh, you did the last Airbender and Cloud Atlas. So what? The last Cloud Atlas Bender? The last Cloud Bender? The last Cloud Atlas?
It's more elegant than that.
Cloud Atlas Bender?
Yeah.
Cloud Atlas Airbender. Yeah, okay.
I was like, it's going to be really hard to do Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I was like, oh, that movie's just called Last Airbender. Oh, it's even better.
Clouds, air. Yeah.
All right. A return to form here.
The precipitation cycle, cloud, air. Sorry.
When you were in school and you did the weather and geography unit, did you ever get those pictures in your textbook that was it showed you all the different types of land? It would be a plateau, a hill,
inlet, plateau. Yeah. The water features and shit. I love those. Yeah.
I want to live there. I want to live
Peninsula.
Yeah.
I want to live.
Seems
I want to
nice.
live right at the mountains. You know the one. It's it's got it's the water cycle, and it's got the arrows, and it's mountain.
It seems nice.
It's you see the rain, and then it's the river going down it, right into some tributaries out to get a little fertile plain right out to a beach.
I'll show Katie O'Brien my fertile plain. An angsty genius janitor with no future moonlights as a special investigator with supernatural serial killer empathy. An angsty genius janitor with no future moonlights as a special investigator with supernatural serial killer empathy.
Goodwill Manhunter?
Yeah, nicely done.
Nice, okay.
All right.
I've been waiting for Manhunter this entire time, by the way. I'm like, Lane has to put Manhunter in, something.
I had a lot of, I had to kill my darlings here a little bit because there were a lot that I came up with and I was, doubling back. I was doing a lot with In the Mood for Love because there's a lot of, ending, movies. Yeah. Or Love. In the Mood for Love Lies Bleeding was on the chopping block.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This one I'm trolling. A funky rock band of aliens is kidnapped to Earth, where they experience the pain of aging and family tragedy in an individualistic society.
It's Interstellar 5555, the Tokyo story of the secret star system. Yeah, nice, okay.
I hope you can picture me sitting here at my computer during a meeting, trying not to laugh as I'm typing up these answers, Google sheet.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 3
Pisses me off that you used any of the Daft Punk things, though. Anyway, go on.
I know. 3 Western drifters on the hunt for treasure use an insurance clerk's place of residence to hide out with their mistresses.
So this is tough for how you did it. I guess it's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly Apartment.
I'll give it to you just because I did The Good, the Bad, and the Apartment, but that's good too.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right. During a time of cultural crisis, aspiring country music stars compete for recognition as Santa's Little Helpers.
Oh, nice. Well, I know the 2 movies. It's The Christmas Chronicles and Nashville. How did you mash these together, though?
It's funny you say that.
Did you just... Is it just The Christmas Chronicles Nashville?
Oh, no.
The Nashville Chronicles?
No, it's stupider. It's even stupider.
The Chris Nashville Chronicles?
The Chris Nashville.
Nice. Yeah.
All right. Good job. You're on a roll here. You're doing really well.
Yeah. They're getting easier.
Now that you know how I'm doing it.
You gotta be in the mindset for it.
A lonely house widow works with an innocent man to clear his name while navigating the repressed, class-conflicted bureaucracy of the justice system.
I mean, it's John Dielman trying to clear his name.
I'll say this. It is not John Dielman. This is a yeah, good. Well done. I'll say this just to give you, because we have seen quite a few house widow movies. That the house widow genre is thriving. The lonely house widow is no. You know, keep going.
No. Yeah, let me.
Yeah. I would not make you try to put fucking Quatre meal.
I thought it was one of the French words. Maybe sounded like something else. I was like, all right, so I'd have to open that and then look at the
That's
other one.
That's way too galaxy brain. Yeah, no, I'm not that smart.
Yeah. Okay. Could I hear it again?
Yes. A lonely house widow works with an innocent man to clear his name while navigating the repressed, class-conflicted bureaucracy of the justice system.
I'm kind of thinking All That Heaven Allows and The Trial?
Mm-hmm.
Is it All That the Trial Allows?
No, it's stupider.
No. All That Heaven, the Trial... No, the Trial That Heaven Allows?
Yeah, The Trial That Heaven Allows, yeah. Nicely done.
Yeah. Oh, The Trial. Okay, yeah.
Okay. You have 4 more. You're doing great. This is the best game you've ever... Your best showing, honestly.
Yeah, kind of going nuts.
Finally, after 100 movies, you figured it out.
Yeah, I've hit my stride.
All right.
It's only uphill from here.
A kaleidoscopic journey of the changing sex industry of the 70s and 80s, set against the backdrop of Iraq War conspiracy.
Sicario girls?
No, but that's really funny.
No. Fuck. Okay.
No, a kaleidoscopic journey of the changing sex industry of the 70s and 80s, set against the backdrop of Iraq War conspiracy.
Is it not Showgirls?
It is not Showgirls. 70s and 80s.
Oh, I thought that was 70s.
No. Movie about the sex industry.
Is it 70s and 80s movie about the sex industry?
Kaleidoscopic. Very groovy.
Boogie Nights, okay. That was a little bit of a gimme lane.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I'm troll.
Set against the backdrop of the... Oh, is it Boogie Nights 9/11? Yeah, okay. I was trying to figure out how you worked the Fahrenheit 9/11 in.
That one, when I wrote that one out, I had to like put myself off camera on the meeting. I was okay.
I was thinking Farron Nights Boogie 11 there.
Yeah,
would
yeah.
have worked.
Boogie 11.
But yeah, right. Like,
well, what the people don't know is that every time you send me your audio files, you put the word pod or podcast into the name of the movie.
Oh yeah,
and that's what you name them.
Some watchers know. We've
true.
mentioned that a few times.
It's true.
It's a good bit.
Okay, 3 more. A war general, sexually repressed by his domineering mother, is driven to insanity by his scheming, jealous best friend, and kills a woman on the run.
Oh, War General. I know the one, even though I can't think of the name, and it's not the War General one. Fuck, now I can't remember. Now I can't think of either of them. Can I get a repeat?
A war general? No, you're fine. Sorry, you didn't remember the 50-word movie description of gibberish I gave you? A war general, sexually repressed by his domineering mother, is driven to insanity by his scheming, jealous best friend, and kills a woman on the run.
Is it Psychothello?
Yeah, it is. Nicely done.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah. I knew Psycho, but I was like, War General.
You kind of forget that he's a war general because he's,
yeah,
that movie's insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I couldn't think of the name of Psycho either, so I couldn't try to find something that worked well with it. And I'm like, oh fuck.
All right. The story of an ambitious fool stumbling his way through the aristocracy while on the hunt for a bizarre occult family exterminator. An ambitious fool stumbling his way through the aristocracy while on the hunt for a bizarre occult family exterminator.
The Exorcist Coraldo?
No, neither movie is
Fuck!
right. 0 points.
Fuck!
You're only 0 pointer. That's sad. You've at least
That's
gotten
crazy.
one movie. Yeah. But I appreciate you shooting your shot here at that one.
Yeah.
Just 8-ball quarter pocket. Do you want to try again for posterity?
No. Well, give me the rundown again. I'll think with new movies.
An ambitious fool stumbling his way through the aristocracy while on the hunt for a bizarre occult family exterminator.
Ambitious fool.
The Exorcist Coraldo is really funny, though. That's a good one. That is a good.
Not bad though. Right?
You put that together.
He's also moving his way up through the aristocracy, and it's a supernatural. Yeah.
This guy, a real fool, an ambitious fool, just the fooliest fool. Through aristocracy specifically.
So I'm thinking Barry Lyndon. Don't tell me whether I'm right or wrong. I'm thinking Barry Lyndon.
I'm thinking Arby's.
I'm thinking Arby's.
Is it Barry Lynd Arby's? just kidding.
Searches for an occult exterminator.
A family exterminator. A bizarre occult family exterminator. Those words should be fucking flashing like bright lights in front of you.
Bizarre occult family exterminator.
What's a family exterminator?
Yeah, well, because...
What does that mean?
Oh, okay. So when you use it in the terms of bizarre occult family exterminator, I'm assuming that this is someone in their family who is exterminating, like, things that are occult. Is this something that exterminates families and is occult?
Yeah. Bizarre, occult, family exterminator.
Oh. A family exterminator. Searching for bizarre occult family exterminator.
Who is bizarre and occult and exterminates families in the movies we've seen? You're gonna fucking kick yourself so hard. It's gonna piss you off.
They're bizarre and occult and they exterminate families.
A movie that we liked more the second time we watched it.
What? I feel like the only movie that we've seen twice on here was The Thing.
No. We actually went back to the theater to rewatch this movie. Because we thought we didn't give it a fair shake because we had two losers watching it with us who didn't like that movie that much.
Oh, so it's Longlegs and... Fuck, I lost the other one. Barry Lyndon? Barry Longlegs?
I'll give it to you since you got the movie.
Barry Lyndon legs?
Barry Lyndon legs, yes.
Lind Longlegs? Okay, alright.
All right, last one. You had a great showing. Let's bring it home. Land this plane.
Yeah.
Crashing this plane. Okay. Experiencing a crisis. Yes, we can't start the Bane on this podcast. Okay.
You're a big guy.
Experiencing a crisis of faith, a priest helps a young, over-eager photojournalist across the country during an intense military conflict.
At first I was thinking The Exorcist and Blow Up, but now I'm thinking The Exorcist and Civil War. The X word, Civil War.
That's it, yes.
Civil War, yeah. X or Civil War.
Yeah, that one's a little messy, but yes, you got it. Good job. Honestly, slay. You got 35 out of 40 points. That's pretty crazy.
Not fucking bad.
Yeah.
Man. I still think The Exorcist's Geraldo.
That's a better one. Yeah. You know what, Ricky?
Yeah.
I think that's really smart. So the next time,
maybe you can make a game.
Maybe you can make a game. Yeah.
Instead of making these little fucking comments, huh? How about that one, buddy?
So it's timely, it's purposeful. We ended with Civil War there, because as you alluded to at the beginning, I'm wearing the shirt. We're going into July,
Jesse!
And we kept up this mini-series thing. We actually have 2 more mini-series planned here, but we'll talk about that other one later. For now, though, we're going into Jesse July. We are going to watch 4 Jesse Plemons movies. That's it. That's the whole mini-series. We're just doing it.
That's the bit. Yep.
And I'm excited. I've got 4 picked out. Should I just announce which 4 they are, or should we do them week by week?
It's up to you. I don't know. I know you like sort of announcing week to week usually, but if you want to give them all at once, you can drop the load.
Listen, you can't keep talking about loads in this Katie O'Brien, Jesse Plemons
SpongeBob reference. All right, get out of here.
We're watching these movies in order, so naturally we'll get in. We're going to do a deep dive on the Plemons filmography, on his acting style, the whole gamut. Because now we'll have seen 6 movies with him in it. 7? I don't know. I'll have to count. Either way. So we're watching these movies in order of least or like lowest build to highest build, because there are very few movies that like star Jesse Plemons. Like there's not really a lot of those. We've already seen like at least 2 of them. So this next movie is he plays, I think he's like 5th build in this movie. So, you know, but there's other interesting stuff about it. So this movie is Observe and Report from 2009, directed by Jody Hill. This is a kind of a weird, maligned movie. I won't say too much just because I want us to go in as fresh as possible, but it's kind of a movie that people like did not like and thought was very cynical and like kind of like dark and gross when it came out. But there is a contingent of people, some of whom I believe listen to this podcast, who defend this movie. So I was hoping to get someone on as a guest. Actually, I'm going to cut that. But in any case, Observe and Report 2009, directed by Jody Hill. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, and I'm excited to observe and report on this one.
Yes. A lot of interesting stuff in here. So we'll dig in. We'll see Jesse. We'll watch his evolution as well here. We do have with these movies, I think I picked them in order of release as well as billing order. Just kind of like naturally. So like as he's become more of a prominent actor. So not only will we get to see him,
we're following his career. Like
we're following his career, which like we're in, baby. And we're here for it.
And when we look back in the sand and there's only one set of footsteps, it was then that he carried us.
God, I wish. Ugh. What a great It's so crazy. I can't remember who it was, but Christopher was saying something. I don't remember, but I felt insane because I was like, have you not been paying attention this whole time? Like the whole point of Plemons is that he's attainable. Like that he's not that hot. like do you guys don't understand? Yeah. Like the whole mystique. And so, you know, I hope like he's coming out with a movie that we'll probably have to see in theaters next year with Tom Cruise. Probably. Where he's like 4th build. I mean, he's in a lot of stuff coming up too. He's in another Yorgos Lanthimos movie, obviously coming up soon, later this year, which we'll probably go see. Anyway, we're all in.
That's pretty sick.
Happy Jesse July. Happy Pride Month. Pride Month is ended by the time this episode comes out. It's closing up. But I wore the Plemons shirt to the Pride bar crawl the other day. So
let's fucking go. How was that?
It was fun. I got a lot of weird like. I saw someone actually Google Jesse Plemons because of my shirt. Like discreetly. Yeah.
Maybe they watch your movie. You know?
Maybe. I hope so. I'm spreading the wealth. Actually, during that bar crawl too, when you mentioned long legs, I should have brought this up. I recently joined a local film Discord server that like for the area. And someone in it, like it was going off all day that like while I was at this bar crawl. And so I'm like 5 drinks in, probably. I'm on like my 3rd hour of crawling. And someone is like, someone has brought up Long Legs and everyone's trashing Long Legs and like being like, that movie was kind of lame.
You
like,
stupid motherfuckers.
No. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to put my phone on mute. But before that, I like went in, dipped in and was like, I think Long Legs is actually pretty good. Mute. Muted. Just like left.
Rage bait. Dropping the fucking hook in the water.
That's the energy you should be bringing.
And you dumb motherfuckers want to bite?
Yeah, exactly. That's the energy we're bringing for Pride Month and Jesse July and for 100 movies more. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Watchers, Ricky, thank you for being a good co-host. We didn't sing anything. How have we not fucking gotten this down? We need an outro so bad.
I did a couple of dumb songs, like a line from them. I don't remember what it was though.
Me either. Oh, they played Backstreet Boys, a salsa rendition of "I Want It That Way."
Back, all right. Oh, Lane sends me the message.
It was Zumba Salsa Backstreet Boys.
Zumba Salsa Backstreet Boys. So I did Bad Bunny, Bachata, Pitbull, right? I was trying to, so I was lining up Zumba with Bad Bunny, Salsa with Bachata type of dance, and then Backstreet Boys, another band with Pitbull. And then Let's
like
ignite it
that-
a little bit close. So I did line dance, so like line dance Zumba, very similar. Macarena, so both types of dances in particular here to match with salsa. And then Bad Bunny to match with the BB band.
I really like that you equated Bad Bunny to Zumba. That's really good. That's like they're just so closely linked in your mind.
Yeah.
The people don't
Oh,
know. The people don't know that for like 6 straight months, we woke up every Saturday to go listen to Bad Bunny and hungover.
The people don't know the
Hey,
it's a chi, hey.
I feel like a long time ago I ended an episode with that song. Like a long time ago.
I think it's time to bring it back then.
You think so? Okay, I will play it.
Probably.
All right. Happy Pride, Bad Bunny.
Happy Pride. Salute.
Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias. Hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Ey, pero no hay boda. Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias. Hoy tengo a una, mañana a otra. Me las voy a llevar a todas pa' un VIP.